To Kill a Mockingbird, a captivating journey into justice, morality, and humanity. Harper Lee's 星号, To Kill a Mockingbird 星号 is not just a novel, it's a powerful exploration of race, morality, and human nature, set in the 1930s in a small town in Alabama. The book stands as one of the most significant works of American literature, capturing the essence of a divided society through the eyes of its narrator, a young girl named Scout Finch. But behind the innocence of a child's perspective lies a deeply complex narrative that challenges readers to reflect on prejudice, justice, and what it means to stand up for what's right. At the heart of the story is Scout Finch, a spirited and curious 6-year-old growing up in Macomb, Alabama. Scout lives with her father, Atticus Finch, a principled and morally upright lawyer, and her older brother, Jem. Their lives are peaceful, set against the backdrop of the Deep South during the Great Depression. The story begins with Scout recounting her childhood adventures, full of innocent mischief, exploration, and her deep curiosity about the world. However, it's not long before the town of Macomb is rocked by a scandal that will change the Finch family forever. The central event that propels the novel forward is the trial of Tom Robinson, a black man who is accused of raping Mela Ewell, a white woman. Tom's trial becomes the focal point of the novel, bringing issues of racial injustice to the forefront. As the trial unfolds, Atticus Finch, a man known for his integrity and belief in the justice system, is appointed as Tom's defense lawyer. This decision sets him against not only the racist undercurrents of the town but also the deeply ingrained prejudices of the people he has known for years. Atticus's unwavering belief in doing what is right, despite overwhelming opposition, serves as a beacon of hope in the midst of chaos. His calm demeanor and ability to see the world through others' eyes make him an exceptional father figure for Scout and Jem. He teaches them profound lessons about courage, empathy, and standing up for justice, even when the odds are stacked against you. Through Atticus, Scout and Jem begin to understand the complexities of human nature, learning that good people can face difficult choices, and even the most noble efforts might not always lead to success. As the trial progresses, the tension in Macomb escalates. The townspeople are divided, with some supporting Tom Robinson and others condemning him solely because of his race. Despite compelling evidence that suggests Tom's innocence, the jury convicts him of raping Mela Ewell. The injustice is a stark reflection of the systemic racism that permeates every facet of society. For Scout and Jem, the verdict is a devastating blow, shattering their innocence and forcing them to confront the harsh realities of the world around them. But the novel is not just about the trial of Tom Robinson. It also delves deeply into the lives of the Finch family and the people of Macomb, offering a rich tapestry of characters who each represent different aspects of humanity. One of the most enigmatic characters in the book is Boo Radley, a reclusive neighbor whom Scout and Jem initially view as a frightening figure. As the children's fascination with Boo grows, they begin to realize that he is not the monster they once imagined but a complex and misunderstood individual who, in his own way, also teaches them valuable lessons about compassion and human decency. Through the unfolding narrative, Harper Lee masterfully intertwines the stories of Tom Robinson, the Finch family, and the townspeople of Macomb to create a larger commentary on the human condition. The novel's exploration of race, class, morality, and justice remains as relevant today as when it was first published in 1960. It challenges readers to reflect on their own beliefs, to question the biases that shape their worldview, and to consider the importance of standing up for what is right, even when it seems like the world is against you. The themes of prejudice and racism are skillfully woven throughout the narrative, exposing the ugliness of discrimination while simultaneously showcasing the beauty of empathy and understanding. The contrast between the innocence of Scout and Jem's early years and the harsh realities they later encounter is heartbreaking, but essential for their growth. The novel illustrates how children, who are initially unaware of societal prejudices, are shaped by the world around them. It also shows how society's flaws can impact individuals, and the sometimes painful process of losing innocence is part of the journey toward maturity. One of the most powerful moments in the book is when Atticus Finch gives his closing argument during the trial. In a speech that is both moving and compelling, Atticus urges the jury to look beyond race and deliver a verdict based solely on evidence. He calls on the jury to uphold the integrity of the justice system and to act according to the principles of fairness and equality. His speech encapsulates the novel's core message about the importance of moral courage and standing up for what is right, even when it is unpopular or difficult. However, despite Atticus's impassioned defense, the town's deeply ingrained racial prejudices lead to a conviction that feels like a foregone conclusion. Tom Robinson's fate is sealed, and the injustice of it weighs heavily on the hearts of the Finch children. The trial's aftermath forces them to reckon with the limitations of the justice system and the cruelty that can exist in human nature. But despite the heartbreak, the Finch family remains steadfast in their belief that doing what is right is never a futile effort. Even in the face of overwhelming adversity, How to Kill a Mockingbird is a poignant, powerful, and thought-provoking narrative that tackles the complexities of race, morality, and justice with sensitivity and nuance. Harper Lee's writing is both lyrical and stark, capturing the essence of a small-town Southern life while never shying away from the difficult questions that permeate every aspect of society. The characters are richly developed, and their struggles, triumphs, and tragedies resonate with readers on a deep emotional level. As the story of a young girl's coming of age in a deeply divided society, How to Kill a Mockingbird speaks to the heart of what it means to grow up, to witness injustice, and to find your place in the world. It is a timeless classic that challenges readers to confront the ugliness of prejudice while also inspiring them to hold fast to their principles of justice, fairness, and humanity. The novel ends on a bittersweet note, with Scout reflecting on the events that have shaped her understanding of right and wrong. Though the world may be filled with injustice, she realizes that there is still goodness in people, and that the courage to stand up for what is right can make all the difference. In the end, How to Kill a Mockingbird reminds us all that even in a flawed world, the fight for justice and empathy is worth pursuing. This is a story that will stay with you long after you turn the final page. Its lessons are timeless, and its characters unforgettable. So, if you haven't yet experienced the journey of How to Kill a Mockingbird this is your chance to delve into a world of heartbreak, hope, and humanity. Let the words of Harper Lee transport you to Macomb, Alabama, and take you on a ride that will challenge, inspire, and move you in ways you never expected.